I received a nice supportive message. I wanted to share that message. I've been putting a lot of negative videos out there, critical videos, and I want to put a video out there, you know, of the positive energy that I get. And thank you for the positive energy, and I want to share that with other people. So, this is the title, Support Freddie. It says, "Hello Freddie, I've written to you before, and once again I write to you to give you our support. My two boys and I love your videos, including your Munchkins and Nunchaku videos. We appreciate your hard work and efforts you put into your dojo. Recently I made my boys their own set of nunchucks, and we do your videos. My boys like when you include the kids. Please ignore the haters because they are jealous of what you have created. Stay focused on your mission in life. Thank you for taking the time to document what you do." Alright, so thank you very much for the message. Quick response just on little things. See, I think that's what Bruce Lee was dealing with when he was, expressing himself. People would call his expression karate, and he got really frustrated with that. For me, it's not even karate that I'm attacking, it's the MMA. But the word dojo comes from Japan, and it's Japanese, and it just shows, everybody calls a martial arts school, a lot of people call it dojo. It just shows the huge influence of how the Japanese basically took over the American market, and the Chinese martial arts is basically relatively very unknown. Still to this day, people are calling martial arts schools dojos. And they're not saying Sifu, they're saying sensei. Sensei and dojo. But nowadays, the MMA is overtaking the karate, and then it's not even like a dojo, it's just like a gym right now, an MMA gym. But what I would say what I would prefer is people referencing what I do here, just a school. They could say martial arts school. If they want, they could say kun. Kun means martial arts school in Chinese. But just to say school, I think would be better, because to me, I don't want to limit myself to just martial arts either. I want to be able to teach on life. And school is just like, it's a school to learn, And but I try to stay away from those karate terminologies like dojo and sensei and stuff like that. I would never go by sensei, and I don't really like it when people call the place a dojo. But that's just how I am. But I'm just trying to let people know, like, the difference in the terminology, and how, like, it's almost like if you see a Japanese person and then you speak to him in Chinese, not knowing that he's Japanese, or you talk to a person that's Chinese and you speak to him in Japanese, not knowing that he's Chinese. In actuality, I speak English. I'm American, and using American terminology, I think, would be better to make it less complicated and less with all this, like, what I'm saying, like, cultural wars. It's not that I'm against Japan, but I really want to just promote the real martial arts, no matter if it's coming out of Japan or China or the East. But it's just the real martial arts. And as far as the language is concerned, like, even the nunchaku, I try not to use that often anymore. I just call it chain sticks, and that's not a, back there, that's not a Wing Chun dummy. I'll call it a wooden man, or what a lot of people call it, a wooden dummy. But I don't like calling it a Wing Chun dummy, not at all. If anything, I'll call it a FMK dummy, Freddie's Modern Kung Fu wooden dummy, or FMK dummy. It's my, this is my training tool, and this is what I use, So I want to get away from that dojo thing, But then at the same time, it's not a gym. It's not just a gym. Like, it's a place where you could actually study and learn. like not just the physical, but not just the combative, but sometimes the spiritual as well when it's the right time and place for it. And as far as including my kids, I'll try to do that as much as I can, but they love training, but it's still going to take some time before they get to the point where they could take it a little bit more seriously. But they do love it, and I really enjoy seeing them so happy when they train. And I really appreciate the positive message, and I do what I can to ignore the haters, but sometimes their messages do get to me, and then I respond back. But I'm thankful that there are some people out there that support what I do and see beyond the negativity that might be on the channel, because it's just like me going to war, you know, and war is not a pretty thing. You know, it's like when people come at me with hatred, I'm just fighting them off, like verbally, you know, and standing up for myself, and just basically, it's not it's not easy to go against something so big. You know, you got this whole MMA, like, you know, army of people, like, attacking me based on me exposing the corruption that I see within their expression. You know, and it is what it is, but I'm ready and willing to go through this war, you know, to stand up for what I believe the martial arts should be truly represented by. I'm gonna stay focused, you know. I mean, this is my main drive. I mean, it's not about the money for me, you know. It's not at all. You know, I already pretty much fulfilled my life goals. I mean, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. You know, got a beautiful wife, beautiful family, have kids, and just seeing them grow. And money's not my main focus, not at all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the person just out there for money. You know, if anything, it's just like kind of sharing my art and pretty much in a way spreading a message. You know, I think that's like my ultimate purpose until I die, is just sharing a message, sharing my art, and trying to get people to see a different perspective. You know, Bruce Lee, you know, my friend mentioned, had a very strong objective to share a part of that Chinese culture. For me, it's not even the Chinese culture, it's like sharing the Eastern values that have almost seemed like they disappeared in this society. That's what I want to share. Like the artfulness, you know, of the martial arts, and like the beauties of like spirituality, you know, in life and meditation, and like love and compassion integrated with this combative expression within the martial arts. That's what I want to share, you know, like basically the positivity within the real martial arts and how it could really help people and enhance people's lives, you know. And this beauty comes not just from China, but, you know, certain areas of the East, certain people have this deep understanding, and they express this beauty that for some reason we have a very hard time to understand here in the West, because our minds are so caught up with ego, pride, and jealousy, and envy, and competition, and hatred, and violence, that we don't see the other aspect. And that's what I'm trying to share. But within that meditativeness and that peacefulness, it's like I have to kind of play this dirty game in order to share this other side, you know. And that's why I go to war. as far as what I'm doing, creating these videos that are very controversial. But I see that it's necessary. It's part of the journey. It's a part of the life, positive and negative, just like the yin and the yang, yang and the yin. You know, there's always the positive and the negative. So within this channel, you'll see positive, and you'll see negative. You know, and there are people out there that are trying to get me to stop expressing the negative, but I think that expressing some of this negative, some of these criticisms is necessary, because criticism and judgment and what people deem as negativity can be a way towards growth, because basically you grow through struggle. You know, if you eliminate struggle, then in many instances you're going to fail to grow. You know, so there's struggle in my expression, and there's peacefulness in my expression. And I'm thankful that you're able to see that, and I'm thankful for the message, and you have contributed to the positive energy that now I could share with the audience, and I'm thankful for that. So I want to always make time for the positive people out there, as well as some of these negative people. You know, but the more positivity, the better, because the world has a lot of negativity. You know, but I do what I can to provide a balance in my expression. But I feel that I'm just a reflection of my audience. If I get positive messages all day, then I'll have a lot of positive expressions in my channel. But if I get a lot of negative expressions, then I have a lot of negative feedback. So, I appreciate it, everything. And I look forward to continuously producing videos and hopefully provide a positive outlet for people to have some other path that they could go to other than all this violence that we see in commercial media. There has to be another path. Like, we just all can't eat McDonald's. We need to be able to home cook something healthy for ourselves. And I see when it comes to entertainment, we need to entertain ourselves with something more positive and something more educational. Okay? So, thank you.